Now presenting is Dr. Lisa Burns from the Department of Media Studies, and she will be presenting on fun facts about First Ladies.
Okay, so since I'm from the School of Communication, of course, I decided I had to do something a little bit differently. So we're gonna have a little bit of audience interaction. So I'm going to have a series of questions. These are my favorite fun facts related to First Ladies in the media, which is what I study. So I will ask a question, and you will yell out your response and your guess for each one. So first, who was the first First Lady to appear on a magazine cover? Guesses? Eleanor Roosevelt, earlier. Kennedy? Dolley Madison, back in 1818, appeared on the cover of Portfolio magazine. Actually was the first to start a fashion trend. That turban that she's wearing, I'm sure that looks really fashionable to you now. You want to run out and grab one. Milliners around the country actually had all of these requests for the Dolley Madison turban and actually then started selling the hat in their stores. So if you think of Jackie Kennedy or Michelle Obama as a fashion plate, Dolley Madison was actually the first. Next, this is a tough one. Who delivered her only public speech in sign language? Maybe make it a little more organized. If you have a guess, raise your hand. Anyone? All right, someone, take a guess. I think I heard it. No. Grace Coolidge, also one of our most fashionable First Ladies. She actually taught at a school for the deaf both before becoming First Lady and afterwards. Her husband's famous nickname was Silent Cal, and he thought his wife should be silent as well and not talk to reporters. So at an event for the deaf that she organized at the White House that was a fundraiser, she decided to give a speech in sign language, of course have someone translate for her, thus giving her public statement to the press. Smart way to get around her husband. Next, who had her own daily newspaper column and weekly radio show? Yes, Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt had a daily, and now imagine as First Lady with all the things they do, she had a daily newspaper column, My Day, that was published in newspapers, was syndicated around the US, also picked up by some international publications, did a weekly radio show, appeared on other shows. In fact, she was the first person from the White House to make a statement about Pearl Harbor because she actually spoke that Sunday evening. She had her weekly radio show, and she gave basically a speech on behalf of the White House and how they felt. FDR didn't give his famous Day of Infamy speech until the following day. Who was famous for her love of pink, starting a nationwide trend? Jackie Kennedy is a very good guess because you remember the pink outfit from Dallas from the assassination. But it was her predecessor, Mamie Eisenhower. Mamie Eisenhower basically dominated the 50s and loved pink. As you can see, Mamie Pink's somewhere between bubblegum and Pepto-Bismol. Now, why this relates to the media, it became so popular that advertisers, as soon as they called something Mamie Pink, it sold out. Including you could buy not only clothes, you could buy bedding, you could buy an entire kitchen or bathroom in Mamie Pink. So some of you find really old houses with weird pink-like bathrooms, that's where it comes from. Who met her husband working as a newspaper reporter and photographer? Oh, you guys have guessed her a couple times? Jackie Kennedy. Jackie Kennedy had a degree from George Washington University in journalism and covered Capitol Hill. Used to cover more society events, but that's where she met a very young and suave Jack Kennedy and turned him down several times before she would actually go out with him the first time. And final question, who took reporters hiking through Big Bend and rafting down the Snake River? No, we're talking First Ladies here. So it wasn't Edith. Anyone? She was first environmentalist of First Ladies. Lady Bird Johnson. Lady Bird Johnson had a program known as beautification, which she never liked the term, it was very prissy. In fact, she was actually promoted environmentalism, conservation. She did these tours to the national parks. They helped the tourism in the parks as well as promoting environmental issues. When she visited the parks, they saw their increase in visitors triple after one of her visits, which was promoted. She would take upwards of 200 reporters with her on these visits, and lots of apparently whiskey was consumed on the Snake River trip because for medicinal purposes. It was raining. There are tons of other things you can learn about First Ladies. Go to any of those websites or ask me if you ever see me around. I love to talk about First Ladies. Thank you.